Okay, for people who are joining this live stream, this is what I hope will be a fairly straightforward meeting, wrapping up some details about cloud framework for Wolfram Language version 12. Okay, so we're going to start off looking at a few of these specific functions. Cloud object name format. Let me see here. Oh, come now. Okay. So what is this newly written, or what's the deal with this?
This was, we kind of finished this last time, and it was down to knitting this into, knitting it and.
So the content is done here. So like cloud object URL type and all that, that content is done. Is that correct?
I think that's right. We can make a quick pass through these. So I think where we kind of left it was when we describe these options in the functions that use them, how do we talk about it in the little summaries?
Okay, wait a minute. Yep. The following settings can be used. So this is deployed view of the object and then /obj.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
And then this one is /env.
Yes.
Maybe we should say /obj/.
Sure. It will still be /objects at the moment, but
that's all right.
In the near future, it will switch over.
Okay. Okay, so the name format, let's just take a look at this one here. This may be a mercifully fast meeting. Who's to know? Famous last words. I think we should just copy the possible URL.
So go ahead.
Why is it not automatic? $cloud object name format. Why is the default not shouldn't it always usually be automatic?
I'm thinking. In fact, what is it? What is it set to?
User URL base.
Is set to that.
So that means cloud object name format. I see. So that means if I do a cloud deploy,
I think the cloud object name format option default for its cloud deploy is automatic.
Yes, right.
But
so this is in fact
the default name format is set to.
No, but that's not right, because this, look at this, the cloud object URL type, its default value, it's cloud object name format, its default value is $cloud object name format. So this isn't consistent. So I don't know how it did what it did.
Yeah, that's not right then.
Okay, so this should be automatic here. And in fact, what this did, I don't even understand how it did it, because it did something that corresponds. Oh no, it had an OBJ in. Okay, that's a separate issue. Okay, so hold on. So it defaults to OBJ. Okay, so this is what I would expect in the case of cloud object name format is automatic. Okay, so let's say I say foo and then I say foo2. Okay, that's not right. That's got a URL. This should be, look, this should be cloud object name format. Okay, yeah. If I'm not mistaken, cloud object name format, name format should be, in this case, user URL base. Okay, it should look like that, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it should. There may be
Okay, so unscramble this, debug it, unscramble it, okay?
Yeah.
So the correct default setting here is $cloud object name format should be automatic. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, internal folk at the company might want to get their LDAP names registered as user URL bases. Just a small point.
Mm-hmm. That typically is what happens.
I understand that, but we should do it preemptively before there's a land grab.
No, I mean, as soon as your account is created, that's what happens.
Okay, but not everybody in the company has that. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Yeah, register all the users.
Yeah, I think so. From the LDAP directory.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so listen, I think we know what should happen here. It doesn't seem that it is quite happening, but let's get that straightened out.
Yeah, I think it's just this build. This works in other places, but
okay,
we'll fix this.
Okay, all right. Now, knitting. Okay, so we probably want a first of all, hold on a second. Let me just check one other thing, which is if I go to the cloud object page. Fine. Okay. Okay.
Where do we talk about cloud base in here?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Well, maybe we don't.
Okay, so hold on a second. So then let's add a thing here.
I see this is functions and deployment and execution metadata is, yeah, that's where I was thinking of.
Okay, so cloud, object, locations, and naming. Okay. So here, should we give the defaults, the $sign variables, or should we give the
the option symbols?
Let's say $cloud base. Well, there is a $cloud base, isn't there?
Yeah.
Of the cloud. Okay, then we've got, I don't think we can list these in tremendous detail. Because I think most of the time it's just going to do the right thing for people.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we're going to say here, cloud base, then $cloud object URL type, and $cloud object name format. Arguably, those should be in the other order. Okay. Now, this should probably go to Let's see, where is managing content of the cloud go? Oh, this is definitely where this should be going. Okay. Okay. That should link there. Okay. What's this cloud object naming? Okay, so that's the part that we didn't put it. That's the part that we're now putting in, right?
It sounds like it.
Okay.
I don't remember what cloud object rules was going to be. The tentative thing there.
Yeah, okay. URL mapping. Okay, so here we forgot cloud base. Right, we haven't mentioned cloud base here.
Oh, the option name? Right.
Okay, wait a minute. First of all, this should be first. Okay, I don't know why that's red, but then we should say I arguably think that this is more important and that this should go down below.
I didn't see where you gestured. Which thing is more important?
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wait a minute. This should say okay, cloud location. Now, do we want Cloud Connect up here in this section? Or do we want, okay, so here we want to say cloud base. Okay, so here, okay, so here we want to say, dollar cloud object, what is it, format name?
Name format.
Okay. Whether to use UUIDs, user names, etc. to name cloud objects. Okay, now, next we have dollar cloud object URL type. Okay. Now we've also got user URL, the name of the user. What is it? User URL base, right?
Yeah.
And that needs to be in you know what, I'm not going to put that, I'm just going to put that in the listing here, because that's going to be in a different page.
Yeah.
What is it? User URL base?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, we've also got cloud execution metadata. That's a different thing. By the way, when are we going to get these other things that are here? User agent name, user agent language, and so on.
I think we just have to document them. I mean, they've been around.
Really?
If they're not documented, if that's why they're in black, yeah.
Well, they're no in pink here.
Oh, I see.
On these here, user agent name, user agent version, and so on. Have we really parsed the user agent strings? I don't think we have.
We've had a user agent parser there since the day one, yeah.
Really? Well, so if I say cloud evaluate.
Yeah, if you do cloud evaluate.
$user agent string.
Well, so you're going to get, from here, you're going to have a user agent string that doesn't provide all that stuff. If you make a request from a browser that has a user agent string that has a lot of interesting
Okay, so
indicators.
How do I do that? Well, I could just go to the cloud, right? I could go to the user agent string. I could make a an API. If I say cloud deploy,
yeah, that's how you do it. Yeah,
of an API function of a delayed of $user agent string.
Yeah, and then you visit that in a browser where you're. Well, it doesn't matter if you're logged in. If you make it public.
Okay.
So that's just the raw string, and then the various things. Some of these things.
I assume we have that as an example on the user agent string page. Can you check, please?
I'll check
this thing here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so now you're telling me that if I say user agent name, for example, there. So let's say I say
Some of these fields aren't really filled in when you visit from a desktop browser. There's more information when you visit from a mobile device. The things, especially the things that talk about operating system, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that was blank there. The thing that has the user agent languages was blank.
That one I'm not familiar with, so that one may be new to me.
Well, it says other here. This is all getting kind of funky. That's probably why we haven't documented this stuff. I mean, I think we'd be better off having an association come back. That is the I think we should call it user agent rules or something, or user agent data.
That would be much better than this, I think. Yeah.
Fine, and then just bring it back as a bunch of rules. I mean, it's going to come back in one blob anyway.
Yep.
And then just say, should we call it user agent data or user agent rules?
Data would be similar to the HTTP request data.
But that's a function, isn't it?
True. I see.
I mean, unless we want this to be a function. User agent data.
User agent information. Because that matches some of like the cloud user information that we've looked at.
Well,
is that $cloud user information?
It doesn't exist yet.
I see, but is that going to be a function or is that going to be a variable?
I would think more of a function.
Yeah, it's a function because it takes cloud user ID as a query.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So maybe it should be user agent data as a function. I'm not sure. I mean, it depends on whether it's really going to all come back as one blob or whether this thing requires processing. I mean, for example, some of those geo lookups might require processing.
The user agent data, it really just is parsing the string and seeing what's, if there's any information to be known from it.
Well, user agent languages might require some parsing.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Well, okay, so provisionally, I think probably user agent data as a function. I think also the code will look fairly clean if you say user agent data of quotes, browser type.
Yep.
And it returns, Chrome or whatever else.
Yeah.
I mean, the other question is whether it's returning entities. Yeah, this is getting complicated because you'll want a second argument that determines whether it's returning the thing as a string or an entity, for instance.
Okay.
I mean, we can just make, for the hell of it, let's just make a function page just to a futurized function page. Yeah, and so this would be, return either raw strings or entities, e.g. browser types. All right. I don't think this is exactly the highest priority thing, but this should be on the list of things to get developed.
Yep.
Okay. Now, we're still looking for where we put user URL base. Oh yeah, where is cloud user?
Is it already in the execution metadata guide?
User URL base? I
Yeah.
don't think so. I don't think that is. Let's look at where $cloud user UUID is. And by the way, oh, it's in a section thing called user identification. Oh, wow. That's futurized. That's really weird.
It is in the execution metadata page under information about authenticated users.
Why is this futurized, this page? It was created in September. Something goofed up here. Okay, Matt, we need to unscramble what happened to this. It was created by me in September.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking down. Can you scroll down just a little bit? I want to see if there's I'm guessing there's things here that we haven't done.
Yeah, there are. There are some things that haven't been done.
Okay. Yeah, things it should still be useful though. Yeah,
There's a lot of useful stuff here.
Yeah, I'll look at that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, please figure that out. Okay, so this needs to go. By the way, the user URL base, let's check. Yes, it does. Okay. All right. Can you get that information about authenticated users? Where do you set user URL base? How do you determine? Oh, there it is here.
Yeah, that's what yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right, fine. So we did knit that there. And my question is, how do you set user URL base?
That is, it's created automatically when you create the account, and then you can change it in the web app in the account settings.
Okay. All right. Okay, fine. Okay. Anything else we need to figure out here?
The only thing is the default setting for the $cloud object name format. I want to check if automatic is going to work or not.
Why wouldn't it work?
That's what I need to check. It's just something is telling me to check that.
Okay. All right. Fine. Well, if there's a problem with it, you got to let me know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think.
What do most dollar variables do in the system?
Well, I mean, what do you mean what they do? They're defaults for things.
What I meant is, are they typically set to automatic, or what situations would they be concrete values?
I think that they're usually not set to automatic because usually they're kind of the end of the line of what's going on. But I think this is a case where it's well defined what it means to have it be automatic, so to speak. Does that make sense?
Which is to pick UUID if it's unnamed and user URL base otherwise. Yeah.
Correct. And if they didn't set user URL base, then maybe there's a different case there.
That should always be set. There will always be a value for that. There's sort of this triplet of user identities and user URL bases set along with the user ID and the user UUID.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else we need to figure out here?
Could you check the cloud deploy page? I want to see the option table where we talk about this cloud object name format and cloud object URL type.
Oh gosh, these are futurized. Hold on. These things were futurized. I didn't notice that. These are not I have to say something which we should comment on to the DocuTools team. I think that these colors are not bright enough.
Mm-hmm. They're blending in.
Right, and include definitions. Is that also a
it should be stable. That should be unfuturized.
Well, it doesn't have its own page yet.
Does it not? Okay.
Well, let's look at manipulate. Okay, so that's important there. And those, by the way, should have been 12 pluses. Okay, we better look for other things where that might have happened. Shoot. That was in there. And why is cloud base not defuturized from?
The cloud base is funny for cloud object because if you look at the usage, the very last usage, there's a cloud base second argument. That's rel path and cbase, the very last one.
Yeah. Well, I don't see why we shouldn't allow both of those.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got cloud deploy. Let's check cloud publish.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for goodness sake. What happens if I do that? No. Great. Okay, defuturize. Whoops. Futurize. Defuturize. Defuturize. Okay. Okay. And now, well, we better look for cloud object. No, I don't even know how to do that. Cloud object name format. Hold on 1 second. Okay, cloud publish, cloud object. Cloud save. Oh, gosh. Well, this was a goof up. I'm glad we caught this. Wow. How many more of these are goofed up? All right. Cloud objects has a cloud object name format. Is that correct?
I think it's supposed to. We were just discussing that today.
Okay, but these certainly are there.
Yeah.
Okay, so what should I do? Should I not yet defuturize the cloud objects case?
I think we should put it in because it's going to be, if it's not already there, it's very easy to add. It'll be added.
The cloud object name formats is already in the cloud objects.
Was it the cloud object
The
URL type?
Yes.
Okay, it was the URL type we needed to add. That makes more sense.
To which? To this?
To cloud objects, yeah.
Okay, so this one is already there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, anything else here? Oh, wait a minute. Search all groups, cloud object. Yeah, okay, I have it. Okay, anything else?
That's all I thought of.
Okay, so long as we can get this to happen automatically correctly with this working right, I think we're in good shape. Fang, I think that I didn't realize you were here, but that's your thing, presumably, to get that straight.
Yes.
Do you see any problem with it?
No, should be pretty easy, straightforward, sort it out.
Okay, great. Okay. Nothing else?
No, that's good for now.
Okay, thanks a lot.
All right.
Thank you.
See you later. Okay, bye-bye.